Greetings, my dear viewers. It is I, Drehan, and welcome to the 100 subscriber special. Thank you, V. Welcome. That's right, today is the 100 subscriber special. We have reached our first benchmark for, subscribers, obviously. This is the first time I've ever had this, so yeah, thank you all for subscribing and becoming downloaders. Downloader is the nickname I give my subscribers. So, yeah, thank you. Now I wanted the subscriber special originally to be me creating a monster stat block for you all. I decided to change that and make this 100 subscriber special, which, by the way, the next subscriber goal is 500. But this subscriber goal is just a guide to homebrewing in general. Not just how to create your own homebrew monsters, but everything that involves homebrewing. From classes to backgrounds to monsters. All of it. Except for a campaign, I'm pretty sure everybody knows how to do that by now. If not, there are plenty of other YouTubers out there who can teach you the ways of making your own adventure or campaign. So, this guide is going by the rules given to us by Wizards of the Coast for homebrewing. Now, wait a second, Drehan. If this is a homebrew guide, why are there rules as written? Doesn't that seem counterintuitive? Right you are, but there is a section within Dungeon Master's Guide that teaches you how to make a balanced homebrew. And it does seem rather confusing. Rules as written and homebrew. It seems a little counterintuitive. But that is the point of this guide, is to help you make better, more balanced homebrew. Now, before we get into the actual video, I want to give you all a quick disclaimer. Do not homebrew until you learn the core rules. Another YouTuber known as the DM Layer actually puts it best in one of his videos. In that video, Luke Hart, the YouTuber, said that you wouldn't buy a assault rifle and start taking it apart and modifying it without learning how to use it, or any other gun for that matter. You would need to learn how to use a gun before you go changing stuff around. So that is my one disclaimer. Until you learn all the rules from the core, do not go into homebrewing, even if it is rules as written. Now, with that being said, where can we find the rules for homebrewing? We can actually find the rules as written for homebrewing your own whatever within the Dungeon Master's Guide, starting from pages 273 with how to create a monster to page 289 with how to create a background. And I'm going to be making a video based on each of these different sections for the 100 subscriber special. Now, it's not going to be back to back because I still have to go through the steps myself in order to make the guide. But for this video, I will go through the basics of homebrewing just so you know a little bit. And that way you can edit a couple of things as you see fit without going all out on making a brand new piece. So let's go ahead and start off with number 1. This is what I like to call reuse, reskin, and reflavor. In multiple sections, it will tell you to just take something that is already there and use it as a base for your new material. For example, in the Dungeon Master's Guide and Guildmaster's Guide of Ravnica, we actually have the one creature being substituted for an entirely different creature. So with Ravnica, it has you taking like an eagle or a pterodactyl and using it to make your own drake or other creatures that might fit within that setting. Of course, you would need to trade out the monster type for dragon, since drakes are a type of dragon. But other than that, everything matches up rather nicely with what you're looking for. So just reskinning and reflavoring will do best. Another example is to use a cave bear for other types of bears that you might need. Or a polar bear for a sun bear, whatever. Maybe even using a flesh golem as a more powerful zombie. Something like that. Another example would be taking a spell such as Fireball and doing what Mercyon's stat block does with it. Just changing the damage from fire to radiant, and maybe even changing the range from a 150 foot range with a 20-foot radius to a range itself of a 20-foot cone. And another example comes from the Sword Coast Adventures Guide, with the Sun Elf and the Moon Elf being just another branch of High Elf, and they actually use the High Elf stats for your characters. Or maybe even the Banneret, canonically, according to its subclass, that it is the Purple Dragon Knight. It's just another name given to those who take up the training of the Purple Dragon Knight. There's even other examples for like a dwarf or even different backgrounds being used for certain situations. Moving on, we have making minor changes to the Unearthed Arcana, since they are technically unofficial material. You could use them as a sort of base to recreate whatever you need. Like, for example, the Avarial Elves start off with just a flying speed and an extra language in Auran. You can change this to be whatever you need, maybe even adding some things that are missing to the subrace. Like, when I was editing it, it was missing another stats increase. Well, now with Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, that has been fixed, so there's not that much of a deal in that. But there are still things that you could add or take away. You alright, V? Yep, allergy season. Alright, I should begin now. Alright, so now that we've gotten that out of the way, another thing you do is add a skill proficiency. I would say perception would be a good idea for the Avarial. Or you could change up a class a little bit, like the Paladin Oath of Treachery. I'm just joking, do not change that. It is perfect the way it is. They just need to make it official. It is the perfect Paladin subclass. Anyway, that is all I have for you today, my dear viewers. I do hope that you enjoyed the first part of the 100 subscriber special. Next time I talk about the 100 subscriber special, it is going to be how to create your own monster. We are going in page order for this subscriber special, so if you want to see how to create your own homebrew monster, make sure you stay tuned for that video. I have a poll going on right now on Twitter. Drahan_YT. I'll make sure to put that in the description just so you know how to spell that out. With that being said, I have to go now. I am offline.